Hey, what's up, y'all? This is a project I was kind of sitting on for a while. I was on the fence about putting it out or not, but I decided to go ahead and release it. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I am not talking about all gamers. We're not monolithic. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. I feel like most of my subscribers, I feel like most of y'all are pretty open-minded, and y'all are not really the target audience of this. I'm just speaking more broadly in a general sense of the entire world, like the entire, gaming community. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. What inspired me to make this video is the negativity surrounding the gaming media's opinions, and while I personally do not agree with most review scores, Game of the Year nominees, or winners, I'm still mature enough to accept differing opinions, because at the end of the day, that's all they are, opinions. Gamers have and always have had all the power when it comes to shaping and molding this industry. Plenty of critically acclaimed games have underperformed or undersold, showing us time and time again we vote with our wallets, and this is where the hypocrisy comes in. While the gaming media has its own clear bias, we as gamers do as well, and it varies from giving certain developers passes on unfinished and excessively buggy games, or excessive amounts of DLC and microtransactions, while damning other devs for doing the exact same thing. There is no consistency in our outrage from game to game. For example, Shadow of Mordor received a massive backlash from gamers for microtransactions, so much so that the devs removed the feature from the game entirely. This should be something positive, but the same year, Call of Duty and Destiny 2 sold millions of copies, racking up $1 billion in global sales, along with 2K18 selling 10 million copies. All three of these titles were filled to the brim with microtransactions. And these were the most successful titles that released that year. For better or worse, the industry is tailored around our spending habits. If season passes, microtransactions, or games as a service weren't profitable, we wouldn't be overloaded with them. The gaming media's opinions will always be secondary to our spending habits. Compare Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 through 2 scores. Modern Warfare 1 scored an 80 on Metacritic, Modern Warfare 2 scored a 77 on Metacritic. Even though it scored lower than its predecessor, it still massively outperformed it, breaking sales records in the process. There are many other similar examples that show gamers' choices and opinions far outweigh the media's. The bulk of the industry's current problems link directly back to what gamers have tolerated and continue to support. Gamers claim they want innovation, creativity, and fresh new games, but in large they only support the exact opposite. And this just goes back to my point about how we lack consistency in our outrage. Like, perfect example, there's a lot of people that are really mad about, a couple of bugs that are present in Spider-Man 2, but these same people have no issue with the bugs that are present in Elden Ring. And it's like, it's the level of inconsistency that just goes from game to game to game. Most of the people that are in the gaming space now, they're not really a fan of the entire medium. They're fans to specific genres or specific games. And it's like it's a toxicity to that fandom, because they don't want to criticize or hold certain games and developers accountable, but then they're all in on, trying to trash another game or another developer for the exact same reasons that they'll defend another game for. It's just kind of annoying. And I really noticed this when I started making my Elden Ring videos. I got so much hate mail. And it's like, I've said numerous times in those videos, I actually didn't think Elden Ring was a bad game, but it's like, it has problems. Factually, it has problems. I think a lot of gamers don't realize that corporations like the fact that fanboys are at war with each other. If you're for PlayStation, you hate Xbox. If you're for Xbox, you hate PlayStation. If you're for Nintendo, you hate both of them, or it's interchangeable, whatever. They like the fact that we are not unified, because that way we can't be unified in our demands for quality and consistency. If you look at the Lord of the Rings fans, like I said earlier in the video, they were not going to go for the microtransactions that WB wanted to implement in Shadows of Mordor. Same thing for the Star Wars fans. When EA tried to implement them in Battlefront 2, they weren't going to go for it. In closing, I just want to say, if gamers drop their bias and if we unified just as gamers, regardless of whatever you game on, and we demand equality across the board, I feel like that will really change the industry. Because like I said, our wallets are what makes the changes. A lot of people are waiting on publications. A lot of people are looking to, events and all this. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all that is promo. There's money that's changed hands when it comes to the Game of Year awards, any type of nominees or publications. This is for any genre. This is for music, movies, whatever. A lot of that is just bought and sold. You're not really going to see a change from any of that. The only change is going to come from us and our spending habits. And not only just our spending habits, it's our outrage too. If we were outraged by every game that had microtransaction or every game that was a live service, then we would start to see more results. Like, I have to say, I don't really want to talk about this game, but it's a positive. Our outrage for, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League led to a single player campaign being developed. Like we can change the whole outlook of gaming. We can change the whole landscape of gaming. It's on us. The power is with us. We just have to be rational. We have to drop our bias, and we have to be consistent in our outrage. Hopefully y'all like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be back with another video. Peace.
See? Wasn't that a good time?